Good morning, welcome to a Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 9th of March. So what we've got in store today, let's have a look at the risk events first. If we can click on the right button, there we are. Risk events today, and today is the 9th, yep, and we have unemployment claims. That's it. Tomorrow, of course, we've got non-farms, but I'm not going to get too ahead of myself for that. Got UK GDP, it's a monthly figure tomorrow morning, first thing. You always need to be aware of these, because if you're swing trading or trading way in front, you want to know what's coming out, but there's nothing I'm worried about until, of course, the non-farm payrolls tomorrow. But that's fine for now. Got plenty of time in the morning to adjust things if necessary. Nice to get into a trade first, of course. Just have a quick look at it. Oh, need to resubmit this. Continue. Good news for a good news site, free of charge, unless you press the expensive button. So what we got who we got this morning, I should say. We've got no one more now. It would appear that we've had some speakers that are not supposed to even been there. We haven't got them on the list. Got Fed Bar speaking 3 o'clock. Actually, Bank of England Breeden speaking at 1:15. So a couple of speakers out there later on, but well, I say nothing to worry about. I can never say that. Morning flow. Okay, let's look at these markets then. So starting off, looking at the euro dollar as ever. It's last couple of days, with yesterday in particular, there's a yearly pivot that sits just around these levels, and it's back below that. It's trying to claw back itself back up at the moment. There will be some divergence off some trading indicators running into these lows here, no doubt. Well, there will be. It's inevitable because of the price action. Anyway, what we got though, when you come down the time frame, it's got this ugly bear flag looking thing here. So looking quite ugly, but it was really yesterday was ugly. What the consequence of the ugliness and the consolidation is the pivots today are particularly pinched. I see them very tight together. The R1 not far above, so we're going to be looking out to R2s, R3s, possibly if we get some price action. But maybe we're all waiting for non-farm payrolls tomorrow. We'll see what develops. But for now, it's my preference is to the downside on what we're seeing here. But we'll have to sit and wait. Sitting on the preference to the downside. That today's S2, if it starts rolling over, we need a trend line across the lows here, maybe a bit more aggressive entry before that, but the risk is with it chopping along here, it'll find some support on previous lows. Probably better off on a trend line. Okay, the pound, don't expect too much different. Is that the same chart? There you go. Pretty much the same thing here. The only thing with the pound was it has been sort of running lower highs, lower lows a bit more recently. Yesterday, my minor up bar, and again, same bear flag. It looks the same chart, same principle. Actually, I will just look on the dailies. So at the moment, we're sitting above the daily pivot. Below that becomes a bit more bearish, very choppy, and almost too much of a mess. And when it's messy like that, it's risky. I don't like added risk. I like the risk what we can sort of manage. Dollar yen started edging back again here. It's not quite put a lower high in. It's largely been trending to the upside. There's not an immediate trade to the upside, and there's a risk to the upside in terms of we're not far away from breaking this low here. If we break this low, it's given us a lower high. There's I mean, already the structure looks like it's heading south at this stage, but it could just be an ABC sort of retracement, and then off we go again. So bit bitty. Aussie dollar, goodness. I got out. I trailed myself out, closed out of my short on this, and it's not done me any harm in doing so. But saying that, it's Again, it could be the pound or the euro what we're looking at here. Difficult one to work out what's going on. I'd love to get to say, well, there's a trade, but there isn't one. The risk is too much for me for the upside at the moment because of the big swing to the downside. I need something more. I need it to break this prior high here to be a bit more bullish. Then we're seeing structural change. We'll see a higher low. US dollar CAD. Another messy old chart, predominantly pushing to the upside. Bit of divergence over these highs on the hourly has just come out a little bit more. Look at the 4 hourly and the daily. I mean, the daily says it all to me at the moment. This one did actually push up yesterday, whilst the others were just really consolidating in the small days. It's just continued up in the momentum. Maybe retracing a little this morning, the same as the they all seem to be a little bit at the moment, but nothing there. And it leaves me to the old favourites in terms of any opportunities here. Not really at the moment, he says. Looking through here, nothing. It's already hit the daily pivot. It's S1. The euro yen is putting lower highs in. Retracements might give us another opportunity. See how it develops this morning. If it can push up a little bit further and start retracing again, there's a nice pattern, although it's quite a frequent pattern, and quite the retracements are quite strong. So just got a little bit careful. I would be drawing a trend line across the highs of these two lines here and just looking for the breaks above that for the upside. Euro Aussie. So I'm just looking at an hourly point of view. It's just come out here. This has been pushing up last couple of days, just slowed up here. It's the same all out over. You turn this upside down and it could just as easy be the euro or the pound, really. It's bottoming. I say double bottoming. It's bottoming again here into its S1. Nothing really there. EuroCAD actually gives some better movement at times, but even that's, again, as I said, it's effectively an inverted euro dollar. So a difficult one this morning. I'd love to find something that's looking nice. So I was looking yesterday for the Aussie CAD, but it sort of did this higher low, and when it confirmed that, I left the pivot alone, and thank goodness I did. I'd been stopped out anyway. Not that it triggered anything to the downside in the end. I put the trend line, redrew the trend line from where I had it across here, but at the moment it's looking marginally bullish here. It's put a higher low in, so again, structural change. This trend line needs to just be adjusted now because we've got proper bottoms there, and there we are. So tight old pattern, and it's you see the wedge there. The main structure is still to the downside, but we've got this lower time frame structural change, which could be something more. Right, sorry guys, not a lot to be doing there. We'll quickly zip through, look at gold first. And gold, well, it didn't do very much yesterday, just like the others. It's all on stand by your beds, isn't it? It doesn't matter how you look at these. All similar price action to the euro to pound. We need some action. We need something to happen to get these driving again, one way or t'other. Crude oil, it's bearish engulfing the day before yesterday. Yesterday just continued as expected. Could see a bit more with the dollar strength that we're seeing coming through. Could see this coming off some more. It's quite nice from its daily pivot where it is. It'd be worth waiting to the end of the hour, but my preference is generally to trade around about the 2 o'clock movement. We often get better moves around that stage. However, yesterday wasn't a particularly good example. Looking across the equity markets very quickly, I'm just going to take the Nikkei here as a starting point. Let's just go for the dailies, and you see it's gapped up. It's broken the prior highs there, so positivity over there in Japan, coming a bit closer. Then the Nifty 50. Once again, we're running into. Looks like we've run into resistance again. It looks like from the original trend line that would have been drawn across here. Oh no, it's even broken that. So no, it hasn't. but still, as I say, just edging softer. S&Ps yesterday, well, didn't do too much at all, and again, consolidation through the equity markets. The indices, they're just really tiny bars right the way through here. It's same old. DAX, dodgy market, still biased to the upside. Got to be really careful trading against these markets when they're sitting right up here, and they're still sitting pretty much around their highs, so more likely to push to the upside. That's not to say they won't come off, but just more likely. The FTSE looking a little bit softer. You notice it's consolidating, but a bit lower than its highs, and that just to me suggests it could roll back a little bit. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. I will actually just have a quick look at the crypto. Just finish this last one off. Bitcoin, what's it doing? Yep, still rolling over. And again, strong dollar, all makes sense. Nothing particularly joyous in the world of crypto. So Bitcoin off there as well. Ethereum, I just check that as well. Same situation. They're all starting to look the same now. US dollar CAD, will it endure bullish madness? Sorry, let's just go back to Euro CAD. Did look at it earlier, but so just quick look at that. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, US dollar CAD. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's fundamentally it's a bit weak there as well. So I would look at the upside on that, but tread carefully. Okay, catch you guys later. Bye for now. Morning, Dean. What time?